Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is my first video. Soldier 605 is the name. Kind of been meaning to start a YouTube page for a while, but now finally got to doing it because I kind of want to document my journey of where I'm going. Undefine me, so there's going to be no left or right limits. But one thing I can define and be certain of that this will be a page of substance where we have adult conversations and get some feedback, and eventually we'll invite some people on to do a few different things. But I wanted to kind of document the journey on this one of my man cave. Building my man cave from scratch. I just purchased a home, so I wanted to build a man cave. I've been on YouTube and I've seen a lot of them that have posted pictures of the man cave and it's already completed, and it feels like, man, I know that cost a lot of money to get done. So I'm kind of working on a Bob budget. If you know what Bob is, it means balling on a budget. So there's a budget aspect to what I'm trying to do here, but I also want something looking nice. So a lot of the stuff I got to do myself. So give you a preview real quick. This is the man cave. As I mentioned, is under construction. So excuse the mess. I'll probably do another video after I get it cleaned up. But the pool area, got my pool table there. When I bought the house, I told him it was a condition. I wanted it left in there. I always wanted the pool table. I doubt he would have moved it out because it feels so heavy. It's a 9-foot table, but it's pretty nice. Wood stove, just to keep it cool down here. Then I got the blinds. You can see that. Scarface. Classic movie. All I've got is my balls and my word. So, kind of a few knickknacks I didn't put up at the top. G.I. Joe. And what's significant about G.I. Joe is a cartoon when I was coming up. And they had a saying at the end of every show, now you know, and knowing's half the battle. And 20, 30 years later, that still kind of reigns significant to me because knowing's half the battle. The other half, and we'll talk about more in application, is the application of that knowledge, is what you do with what you know. So continue on, the bar, got a 50-inch TV there, and then a 55-inch TV there. Like I said, still under construction. The bar got a full kitchen downstairs. A few drinks, and if you got any recommended drinks I should have stocked in the bar, just let me know. One thing cool about the bar is that it lights up. So just got a few drinks there. Balling on the budget, so you won't see no Remy, no Hennessy. If people come over and they want to drink for free, they go to the bar and they'll pay for shots all day and 200 bottles, but then they come to your house and they want to pour strong and give little or give nothing. So, but if you got any recommendations of what I should include in there, just let me know. I'm in the process of building up a wine collection as well. As I mentioned, excuse the view, got a full kitchen down here. The music, got the old school box, got that from my uncle that's been in the family for, man, about 35 plus years, back when they were in and people used to carry them on their shoulders. So now that's a signature thing down in the man cave. Got a refrigerator here, as I said, just beginning, but kind of keep it stocked. You got the beer in there, a few other things, just make sure that I get my beverages straight. So once again, if you got something that you recommend that I put in there, just let me know. I still got some posters that are gonna go along here on the wall and get it done up eventually. But I wanted to kind of document the beginning so you can see the progress being made. Because just like my life, it's kind of like under construction, and everything doesn't fall into place all the time, and things that I want to do, I can't afford to do. And sometimes the things I can afford to do, I really don't want to do. So sometimes it's got to be patient and you got to live in that construction phase. So going into this theater room, like, I just painted this room and I figured like this is the perfect time to like document the process. And the reason I started to paint this room, I had a painter, we're in this social distancing. So I had contacted this guy. He was going to come paint it for me. And then we went in Michigan on this social distancing where you couldn't even buy paint. So at the Home Depots and Menards and different places, they shut down their paint department. And the only place that was selling paint was Sherwin-Williams. And the paint they sell there ain't cheap. I realized why people go to Menards and Home Depot, because man, when you're talking about $50+ for a gallon, it's crazy how much the paint costs. But I saved a lot of money because the guy was going to charge me, $700+ to paint this room, because they had some imperfections on the wall and they wanted to fix. And he never hit me back. Even once I found out Sherwin-Williams was selling paint, he never called me back, and I started to get frustrated because I'm about progress. I'm about, if you say you're going to do it, then you do it. So he stopped answering my calls. I said, you know what? I'm going to do it myself. And that's been a part of my ownership. Let me show you the ceiling. One with the black ceiling, I would tell you that's about 4 gallons of paint on that ceiling to get it going from a white paint to black. So, and then the walls, there's still some imperfections there, but just like my life, it's not perfect, but it'll do. But it's gonna have to work. There's a saying out there that says striving for perfection is demoralizing, where striving for excellence is motivating. So I want to be motivated. And the key thing about this theater room is that what's key, like I want it to be dark colors, so when you turn the light off, it gets dark. And yes, I'm gonna get some blackout curtains for the windows out there. But that's kind of the overview. Kind of documents the process. I didn't want to move my furniture in here until I got it painted. But now that I got it painted, I'll get the entertainment center in here with some sounds and stuff and speakers, and get some things situated out here. But just kind of wanted to give you just a quick video of my man cave, and off the man cave, got the little water outside and the grill. I'll probably fire that up in a bit. But what's significant about this man cave, and a lot of people probably won't agree with this, is that I needed to prove to myself, like, I'm 44 years old, and I just bought this house. I have other houses before, but wanted to go and just put my name on it. Just something that I could do by myself. So me painting this room and doing stuff like that on my own is kind of like me taking extreme ownership, taking my life back in my hands and doing what I got to do to sustain my level of productivity, my level of happiness, taking it out of the hands of others. Going down the hall, got a man cave. Got a bathroom down here, so I won't have to have people go upstairs. It's a full bath. And then of course, the House of Pain is gonna be back here. Little workout room for me to go and, get out some of my frustrations and get in shape, build up my endurance and things of that nature. So this is gonna be another overhaul room. So if you got any recommendations, just leave it down. I was thinking about putting a TV on the wall, but I don't know if I want to be distracted in here. Maybe just probably put some music back here, get some speakers wired. But this is the beginning of my journey, documented along the way. So it's been a long time coming. Been working, procrastinating, sometimes grinding in silence, but I finally decided it's time to share my life with others. So as I mentioned, it's the first of my page, and we'll discuss a lot of different things. So my life is kind of open book for those who know me. We'll talk about a lot of things, whether it be professional, your work, whether it be fitness. I'm not a fitness guru, but I do work out. I do try to stay healthy. About eating, and I'm gonna have to bring some people on that because my eating habits are still pretty bad. I can do a lot of better things on there, but some other things. Talk about relationships. Been there, failed at that, and still at it, trying to make things work. But I think we'll talk about that on some subsequent things. About weapons, been in the Army 26 years now, and it's going to sound weird, but I've never owned a rifle or weapon outside of shooting in the Army since I was 18 years old, 19 years old. So, but I just started getting back into it. So, got a few weapons, an AR, 9mm, and just trying to get back into doing stuff like that as well. So we had to talk about taking care of yourself, mental health, talk about spiritual health, and just doing various different things. So I'll do a video of my upstairs. Got an office. It's going to be my knowledge throne. That's where I go and impart some wisdom into myself, because you got to invest in yourself too. So I'll be doing that. So more to come. As I mentioned, this is going to be undefined, and we'll chop it up. Deuces.